It's not really about knowing anything. It's about where to go to get the information.
No people?
No.
Who built them?
Pyramids. We've been led to believe that this is how much they worshipped their dead bodies.
Right.
But the evidence doesn't show any of it.
Katt Williams recently made statements that caught everyone off guard. He spoke about ancient power, lost wisdom, and technology that might have existed long before recorded history acknowledges it. From temples that could have produced energy to hidden secrets within the pyramids, he suggests that the truth has always been in plain sight. Once you recognize it, he says, your entire view of the past changes. What he reveals connects everything we thought we knew about science, gods, and human history into one continuous narrative, one that has rarely been told in this way before.
People were coming to this region for their information and their knowledge and their things that were forbidden, and these were not these were the highest of human civilization.
Holy shit.
Is this weed talk, Joseph?
No, this is so
Katt Williams believes that in ancient times, people traveled to specific regions not to worship but to seek forbidden knowledge and deeper understanding. These areas, he says, represented the highest level of human progress, where truth and discovery were seen as sacred pursuits. Historical accounts from Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Sumer describe travelers crossing deserts and seas to study under temple priests and scholars. Ancient writings from the library of Ashurbanipal reference mathematics, medicine, and astronomy long before Greece became known for them. In Egypt, the House of Life reportedly contained thousands of scrolls linking the human body, the stars, and the earth. Many of these teachings resurfaced later in other civilizations, suggesting that knowledge spread through hidden routes of trade, migration, and mystery schools. Whether Katt's claim that this knowledge originated from something beyond human reach is true or not, history shows that early civilizations viewed knowledge as a divine force. People protected it, sought it out, and risked everything to learn what the heavens had to reveal. From there, Katt's theory takes an even more provocative turn.
If you were to read like thousands of books about people that knew a bunch of shit, like you start finding out that it's not really about knowing anything. It's about where to go to get the information. So like when we look at all the ruins all around the world, like we're not seeing ruins of colleges and universities and all of that. We're seeing temples and synagogues and churches, but people don't understand that that's where that information was coming from for that period of time. When we went to these temples, they weren't in there singing and reading from a book. They were in there being taught things that they were able to go put into.
According to Katt, many ancient temples functioned as centers of study and experimentation. They were not just places of worship but research hubs where mathematics, medicine, and astronomy were carefully recorded. Priests served as scientists and scholars, documenting how the world operated. Their rituals, he explains, often carried lessons about light, sound, and energy, encoded through symbols rather than words. This, Katt suggests, is why sacred sites across different cultures share striking similarities in precision and design. They were stone-built laboratories meant to preserve the discoveries of ancient thinkers about the universe. At this point, Katt's argument begins to challenge our very definition of what civilization means.
100% of the writings across the world, whoever said anything about space or the universe or what was out there, why were all of them correct, Joe? It's not even possible. Like, how did they know that Mars was the red planet, and why was it a worldwide fact?
Right.
Planetarily, that Saturn had rings, like, based upon what information? Because nobody worldwide is disagreeing.
Katt Williams argues that the ancients couldn't have been guessing. Nearly every civilization that recorded the heavens described them in remarkably similar ways. Mars was consistently known as the red planet, and Saturn was identified by its rings. None of them contradicted one another. To Katt, this shared accuracy is no coincidence. Historical evidence reveals that ancient societies studied the skies with exceptional precision. The Babylonians mapped planetary movements that match modern records. The Egyptians aligned their pyramids with stars marking true north. The Dogon people of Mali described the Sirius star system with detail that shouldn't have been possible without telescopes. These examples, he says, strengthen the idea that ancient observers had access to something far beyond basic observation. He suggests that this unified knowledge came from an advanced, organized source, not necessarily divine, but structured and purposeful. How could civilizations separated by oceans describe the same celestial patterns so accurately? It implies either direct communication or influence that connected the ancient world. Whatever that origin was, it seems to have guided humanity's understanding of the cosmos long before modern science could measure it. What follows adds yet another dimension to that mystery.
Even Tesla says that this is where he came to get the information. But if you follow that information pathway, it leads you to this character called Thoth, right? And the emerald tablets of Thoth are literally mind-changing and mind-blowing, just because you understand when this was written and the terminology being used is
When was it written?
far too accurate for.
Katt Williams argues that the ancients couldn't have been guessing. Nearly every civilization that recorded the heavens described them in remarkably similar ways. Mars was consistently known as the red planet, and Saturn was identified by its rings. None of them contradicted one another. To Katt, this shared accuracy is no coincidence. Historical evidence reveals that ancient societies studied the skies with exceptional precision. The Babylonians mapped planetary movements that match modern records. The Egyptians aligned their pyramids with stars marking true north. The Dogon people of Mali described the Sirius star system with detail that shouldn't have been possible without telescopes. These examples, he says, strengthen the idea that ancient observers had access to something far beyond basic observation. He suggests that this unified knowledge came from an advanced, organized source, not necessarily divine, but structured and purposeful. How could civilizations separated by oceans describe the same celestial patterns so accurately? It implies either direct communication or influence that connected the ancient world. Whatever that origin was, it seems to have guided humanity's understanding of the cosmos long before modern science could measure it. What follows adds yet another dimension to that mystery.
It's given in first person, and that's not possible. The things that are being said are impossible. Enough time has passed, though, that it's not like that. He literally says, hey, there's a spaceship on Earth, and this is where it is.
Katt Williams notes that the emerald tablets are written in the first person, which is unusual for ancient texts. He explains that it reads more like someone describing actual experiences rather than myths or purely philosophical teachings. This detail makes him pause and reflect. The text discusses forces, energies, and technologies that seem out of place for the period in which it was written. It even references a ship located at a specific place on Earth. To Katt, this level of specificity cannot be dismissed. Scholars examining the Hermetic writings have also observed the unusual tone, which combines instructions, observations, and statements about movement between Earth and the heavens. For many, it reads more like testimony than storytelling. Katt interprets this as evidence that the author understood concepts that modern society has largely forgotten. The message appears intentional and alive, seemingly left to guide future generations rather than merely to symbolize ideas.
This is that thing that you see that all the Anunnaki guys that have that look like a wristwatch, and they always have it, and you're always trying to see what that is.
Yeah, what is that?
It is a time, and it's a compass. It's a timekeeping compass.
Katt Williams highlights a peculiar feature in ancient carvings. The Anunnaki are often depicted wearing circular objects on their wrists resembling watches. He argues these were not decorative items but timekeeping compasses. In Sumerian art, these circular devices recur frequently. While historians label them symbols of authority, Katt believes they were practical tools for measuring time and navigation. Ancient records describe the Anunnaki as teachers who provided humanity with calendars and knowledge of the stars. If they carried such devices, it could explain how early civilizations accurately tracked celestial cycles, a precision that still impresses researchers today. For Katt, these wrist tools represent evidence of lost technology, suggesting a period when visitors from beyond Earth brought advanced tools and knowledge that influenced human development. This observation leads directly into his next point regarding the construction of the pyramids.
No people built the pyramids.
No people?
No.
Who built them?
No people built the pyramids. And if you look around the world, you see certain telltale things that let you know that advanced machinery was in usage. Look, there this whole thing where slaves are stronger people is a fallacy. We like to believe that slaves are stronger. Slaves are weaker because they don't eat the right food and they live a terrible life.
Katt Williams asserts that humans did not build the pyramids. He maintains that a close examination shows evidence of machinery rather than manual labor. He disputes the common narrative of slaves lifting massive stones by sheer strength, noting that many were malnourished, sick, and weak. They could not have shaped and positioned multi-ton blocks with such precision. Even contemporary cranes would struggle to match the exact measurements observed in the Great Pyramid. Studies of the limestone and granite blocks often highlight their remarkable accuracy, some measured within fractions of an inch. Certain stones appear to have been cut with tools resembling modern drills or saws. This precision, combined with the monumental scale, supports theories of advanced technology. Katt believes such technology existed long before documented history, likely left by earlier rulers or visitors to Earth. In his view, the pyramids serve as a record of forgotten scientific knowledge, evidence that ancient civilizations had capabilities that humanity no longer fully comprehends. From this point, he extends the argument to even more profound conclusions.
We've been led to believe that this is how much they worshipped their dead bodies.
Right.
But the evidence doesn't show any of that.
No, it doesn't.
Like when you see inside, when they have those intricate carvings and paintings and stuff in gold and stuff, you have to remember this is in a windowless room, folks. There's no candle soot. There's no it's clearly a power plant and built specifically for that location on this planet.
Katt Williams challenges one of the oldest explanations about the pyramids, that they were tombs built to honor the dead. He argues that the internal evidence does not support that idea. He highlights the carvings, paintings, and gold-covered walls found deep inside the structures. These features are located in rooms completely sealed from sunlight, with no windows and no traces of soot from torches or candles. According to him, this suggests another source of light powered the creation of these artworks. Some researchers have also noticed this anomaly. The absence of soot has led to suggestions such as polished copper mirrors or chemical lamps, though no definitive proof exists. Katt believes the explanation is simpler: the pyramids were using energy. He describes them as power plants, purposefully designed and placed where the planet's natural energy lines intersect. He claims their alignment with Earth's magnetic field was deliberate, forming part of a system to harness and distribute power long before modern electricity. In his view, this perspective changes everything we think we know about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. What follows is his most audacious assertion yet.
What do you think it was powered
Usage.
by?
The hot water springs underneath it.
When asked about the source of the pyramid's energy, Katt Williams explains that they drew power from the hot water springs beneath them. The structures, he says, were positioned precisely for this reason. The movement of heat and water beneath the limestone created a continuous natural charge that flowed through the pyramid's design. The Giza Plateau contains underground channels and rock layers capable of conducting vibrations. Some researchers have proposed that these geological formations could generate small electrical currents under pressure. Katt believes the ancients understood this long before modern science did. In his view, they were not simply worshipping the land, they were harnessing it. He describes the pyramid as a machine that captured energy from the earth and redirected it upward, transforming natural forces into usable power. For him, this technology was practical, engineered, and intentional, not symbolic or spiritual. Every mystery, every structure, and every fragment of forgotten knowledge, he says, points to a single truth: all life and knowledge come from a deeper source. Whether that source resides in the stars or within the energy of creation itself, it connects everything. Across cultures and centuries, humanity has sought the same question: where does wisdom originate? Katt identifies that origin as God. He believes every discovery, invention, and burst of genius is a reflection of this greater intelligence. The greatest misconception, he argues, is thinking that ancient people were less advanced than we are today. That illusion obscures the depth of their knowledge. For him, the lesson is clear: the ancients were not guessing, they were remembering. Their temples, symbols, and writings served as reminders of the knowledge humanity once possessed, where energy, understanding, and divinity were inseparable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so you never miss our future content.